Welcome to Diversey Wadeville, South Africa. As safety is one of the critical aspects of our business, we require that all employees, contractors, and visitors comply with the site rules and regulations that are featured in this video. Please remember, everyone is responsible and accountable for their own safety as well as that of others. Our SHE policy requires that we meet and exceed applicable HS regulation, provide training programs for employees to perform their jobs safely in an environmentally reasonable manner, develop products that enable our customers to accomplish their environmental, health, and safety goals by reducing waste, increasing operational efficiency, protect human health, and improving food safety and security. General safety rules and regulations. All visitors and contractors must report to security or reception, where they will be collected by their host. Visitors will be issued with a visitor tag, which must be returned to reception on their way out. A contractor's tools register must be presented to security and be signed before entering and upon exiting the premises. No firearms are allowed on site. No person may enter the site if they are under the influence of or in possession of any intoxicating substance. All visitors, contractors, and drivers will be required to undergo a breathalyzing test before entering the premises. Random testing will only apply to employees. Smoking is only permitted in designated areas. Video induction training is required for anyone entering Diversey Wadeville and is valid for 12 months for visitors and contractors. Please pay attention during the induction process. All safety signage must be observed and adhered to. Please be aware that the taking of photographs without prior authorization is strictly prohibited. Personal protective equipment is given to all employees. All required protective equipment must be worn and maintained in a good state. Minimum required PPE for a visitor is to wear safety shoes, coat, hard hat, and safety glasses when entering the plant. These are available from the safety department. Contractors must supply their own PPE. It is mandatory to wear all appropriate PPE at all times to protect you against the dangers and hazards on the site. Scarves, loose clothing, or loose jewelry will not be worn in the product manufacturing, engineering department, or storage facilities. Please note, visitors are only allowed to enter the factory working area in the company of a Diversey Wadeville employee. They must remain with their host at all times. Visitors must stay within the demarcated walkway unless authorized to do so by their host. No eating or drinking is allowed in the factory working area. When ascending and descending stairs, always make use of the handrail. Cell phones generally distract you from the awareness of your surroundings, so they may not be used in factory working areas. If you have to make or receive a call, move to an office area. Walking while texting is not allowed at Diversey Wadeville. Emergency procedure. There are emergency exit signs strategically placed around the site. Familiarize yourself with your assembly point. In the event of an emergency such as fire, bomb threats, chemical or gas leaks, report to your supervisor. Remain calm and exit at the nearest available exit and report to your emergency evacuation assembly point. Ensure that you report to the person or persons taking the roll call. Remain at the assembly point until an all-clear signal is given. In case of a gas leak, follow the instructions of the emergency evacuation team. Emergency team. Safety representative, orange hard hat. Firefighters, red hard hat. First aiders, green hard hat and reflector vest. All accidents or incidents are to be reported to your supervisor or safety officer. All examples of safe and unsafe behavior, as well as unsafe conditions, must be reported to the SHE department. Visitors and contractors are encouraged to report incidents and near misses to the host before leaving Diversey Wadeville premises. Be aware of forklift trucks and moving machinery. Only legally appointed drivers with a valid forklift license are permitted to operate the equipment. Operators of forklifts must drive slowly and hoot at blind corners. Always be on a lookout for the blue light installed on our forklifts. When you see a blue light, expect the forklift. House rules. Firefighting equipment should only be used for the fighting of fires. Obstruction of firefighting equipment, first aid equipment, spill kits, safety shower, eye wash stations, electrical distribution panels, and emergency exits is prohibited and should be kept clear at all times in case of emergencies. No person is permitted to run or horseplay around while on the premises. Compressed air or oxygen shall not be used for blowing down of clothing or the body. The unauthorized removal of or damage to company property will not be tolerated. These offences will lead to disciplinary action. The SAPS will be notified if it occurs and further investigation will follow. When lifting material, use good ergonomic practices. Lift with the legs and not with your back. Moving machinery and hand tools. Safety guards must always be in place so as to avoid accidents or injury to the user. Under no circumstances are you allowed to work on any running or moving machinery unless it has been made safe by using the lockout lock and tag. Do not use a machine if you haven't been trained to use it. All accidents, damage to machinery, plant or equipment must be immediately reported to your manager. Never operate any equipment or machinery that is damaged and may thus pose a risk. Hand tools should be used only for the purpose of which they are designed and should be inspected regularly for defects. Tools must be in good condition before being put to use. Never leave tools on top of any equipment or machinery. Contractors must have a list of all tools and equipment being brought onto site. The tools and equipment must be inspected by the maintenance manager before any work commences on site. Procedures. Permits are issued for the following jobs by the maintenance manager on site prior to the commencement of any work on site: hot work, heights and roofs, electrical work, and scaffolding. A hot work permit must be obtained from a person authorized to issue one prior to commencement of any hot work. Now, hot work is welding, grinding, cutting, drilling, or indeed any work that involves a possible source of ignition in an area where flammable or explosive materials may be present. Use PPE, that is, welding helmet and gloves. Any work 2 meters or so above the ground is deemed to be working at heights and will require a permit to work obtainable from a person authorized to issue one. PPE required for such work includes safety harnesses and lifelines, which are to be provided by the contractor. If a ladder is to be used, please check all the rungs for safety and stability. Never join ladders together. Training records certifying a person to work at heights are to be given to the maintenance manager. Please ensure that the base is secured by another person at all times. Any work inside a confined space, such as storage tanks, requires a permit. Medical certification by registered occupational practitioner and risk assessments must be presented to the EHS department before work commences. Environment. Save our natural resources. Use them sparingly. Switch off lights and equipment when they are not in use. Close taps to prevent wastage. Report any leaking taps to the maintenance department. Prevent air pollution. Don't leave vehicles idling without good reason. Do not contaminate our stormwater streams or soil by disposing of hazardous or toxic materials into them. All hazardous substances used on the premises have been identified, and material safety data sheets, also referred to as MSDS, are available in your respective department. Good manufacturing practices and housekeeping standards must be maintained at all times. Please keep the site clean and do not litter inside or around the plant. Dispose of waste into their designated bins. Remember, good housekeeping is everything in its place always. Please keep ablutions and change rooms clean and tidy at all times. All hazardous waste, such as hazardous chemicals, contaminated containers, fluorescent tubes, and oils, are to be disposed of accordingly. These items will be sent to a licensed waste disposal site. Spillages should be cleaned up immediately by the responsible party and reported to the SHE manager. Please take care to prevent spillages from entering stormwater drains, as this will contaminate our rivers. Closure. If you are unsure of something or regard it as unsafe, stop, think, ask someone, then only act or proceed. Our safety commitment. I plan my work so that I can do my job safely. I work with others to improve safety. I look out for my co-workers. I focus on prevention. I believe in safety first, all the time and every day. Thank you for watching the Diversey Induction video. Please have an incident-free day.